All right, we're back with another episode about Magiccon. Please follow, subscribe, share this, and feel free to drop a comment. Don't forget them likes. So this time we're going to be rating security. So as far as security went, friendliness wise, uh, I'd give them a 7 out of 10. A lot of them, you went up and talked to them. They just stood there with a blank face on you. They all pretty much had earbuds on the entire time. It seemed like there was two different types of security. It almost seemed like McCormick Place had its own security, and then Pastimes had hired another security contractor. Uh, the Magiccon or the McCormick Place security, all of them had headphones in. Majority of them, you talk to them, they just blow you off. As far as the security guards that seemed like they were contracted, they were a lot friendlier and were more than willing to talk and chat with you and, just ask them how they're doing. So I'd give them a 7 out of 10 because, for the most part, they were pretty good. Um, as far as politeness goes, I'd give them an 8 out of 10. A lot of times, the ones that you did get to talk that would actually talk were extremely polite, very well mannered, sit there and chat with you for a little bit, make their day a little easier and make you feel good on the inside. As far as professionalism goes, the McCormick Police, what I'm assuming security, I say that they were pretty pretty professional. I mean, above average. As far as the ones that seemed like they were contracted, absolutely professional, 100%. They were patrolling around with dogs that I noticed, and they were very attentive. People tried to jump the lines, and they would call you out right away. I did not do it, but there was a couple people that attempted to jump lines, and there was one person that went right underneath the, I don't know if you want to call it a barricade, um, and one of the instances where Magiccon staff was not professional towards security card said badge. I need to see your badge, and he had to raise his voice a little because after the first two times, the person did not respond. And after the third time, they just flashed their badge, and then one of the Magiccon staff members came over and got in his face because he was being too loud. And I'm sorry, but when it comes to security, I think that taking it strongly is better than being light about it. So overall professionalism, I would give them a 9 out of 10. As far as knowledge of Magiccon regarding security, I would only give them a 5 out of 10. Uh, there's multiple emails sent out saying that if you needed help finding stuff, Magiccon staff or security would be able to guide you in the right direction. However, I found that was not the case. Magiccon staff, as I talked about, yes, they for the most part would be able to. However, for the security, uh, very, I think there was maybe two of them that actually were able to help me. Um, every other one I asked sent me on a wild witch hunt in the opposite direction of where I actually needed to go. So, don't know if it's Pastimes, don't know if it's Watsy that made the decision. However, whoever did make the decision, they need to make sure that if you're going to post saying that security knows where you need to can go, uh, make sure you train security where the areas are. Uh, Overall, though, I would give the security a strong 8 out of 10 because they did what they were there to do. Uh, didn't see any instances. There's none that I know of, but I definitely did feel safe. Uh, yeah, guess that pretty much wraps up the rating for the security. Great job. If any of you guys happen to see this, thank you very much. So yeah, now that I've pretty much rated everything that I think really should be rated as far as performance wise, I kind of want to explain, knowing what I know now, what would I do the next time, and what I recommend people to do. So to start off, let's just start with the basic travel and hotel. Our Black Lotus allowed us to get in Thursday. I'm pretty sure the rest of the badges also allowed you to go pick your stuff up on Thursday, just not get into the convention area. Um, I highly recommend, if you do Black Lotus, get there a whole day early. So that way, as soon as everything opens up, you can be there, you can get your stuff, you can knock out what needs to be knocked out and what you're able to. And then you can go back to your room and figure out what you're doing, relax, and then come back for any early access stuff. Um, as far as like the non-Black Lotus, I don't know what I'd recommend. It depends what kind of person you are. But yeah, I extremely recommend, if you're doing VIP Black Lotus, to get there a day early. That way you're not stressing out or rushing or anything of the sorts, and you can get everything figured out. As far as travel price, I mean, everyone's different, obviously. Uh, our 3 hour drive hardly costs us anything, thankfully. I mean, I get fuel is the cheapest, but our drive was a lot cheaper than what a lot of people paid for plane tickets. As far as the hotel, we booked the Hyatt Regency, which was right there. If we do it again, absolutely trying to book that hotel again. It was extremely expensive. However, it was right there. I mean, it was a 10-minute walk just to get to the hotel that was right there. And people we met that were staying in other hotels, they had another 10 to 15-minute walk beyond that. Uh, Traffic's very nuts in the city, so I don't recommend driving if you're not from Chicago or a big city. Uber works fine, but it's a lot easier to pay a little extra and be able to walk there instead of ending up spending that extra money just to Uber. I mean, unless you're really athletic and feel like walking everywhere 10 times a day, because staying there the whole day is a little overwhelming. But I definitely would recommend having at least $1,000 set aside just for your hotel stay. Thank you guys. Hopefully you're still around. I'll see you next time.